motorbikes, but there are about 15 to 20 motorbikes that have been stolen, but the victims were not killed. So these 7 were killed. So I keep wondering whether this country, our intelligence is working, whether DCI is working. Cases, killings, and the same fashion. The bodies are dismembered, they are deep cuts, they're all, brutally murdered. And when the first case happened, Chair, we spoke to the security operators in Taita Taveta. They said that was the last. Then the second one happened. They said it is the last. Last Friday, Saturday, we buried the most recent one, just last Saturday. So this, and when I sought for this statement, we were at number 5. Now we are at number 7. So Waziri, I think there's something that is totally broken down in terms of security and intelligence in Taita Taveta, which needs to be fixed. And one area that I want to say, Chair, you allow me, Waziri, remember when you were appointed the first time, you came up with an indication that police officers that have stayed 3 years in a station needs to be reshuffled. I think this is a high time that happens in Taita Taveta. Any police person who has stayed in Voi and in the larger Taita Taveta for the last 3 years, I think that's where we need to start. So that then we can start afresh. Because we can't be losing young people. Average 25 years. It is sad. And now that we buried the last one last week, I want to believe that this is the last, now that we are engaging. Because just call your officers to order, let them work. DCI, intelligence, and the entire security committee, let them work. Lastly, Chair, it's apparent that all these boda guys have been at motorbikes on credit when they're just about to finish paying for the loans, or they've just finished is when the boda get missing. So we're also asking your ministry to investigate whether these guys who lend to motorcycles to boda operators, whether they know something about this issue. Because it is happening that all the bodas are on credit, but they have 5,000-10,000 to finish, bodas are stolen. And therefore, so that then if there is a connection, we need to call them into order. And lastly, when they sign for those agreements, they're told that the motorcycles are insured. But there's never compensation. They get stolen, and that is it. The families do not get any compensation. And lastly, okay, I've said lastly enough times, but I need to say this, that even as we do this, Chair, and I feel this statement is not, I know the capacity Waziri has. I think this statement has just been sent from either the county commissioner or the county commander. It doesn't look like it is a serious statement. Just saying boda has to go join circles, boda to, it doesn't have content. And I'm sure that's why, Waziri, when you looked at it, you called and asked for another report to be filed in 2 weeks. I want to request, Waziri, I think that kuna mchezo mahali. Because in the country, Chair, I've done some investigation. The whole country, for the last 5 months, we've lost less than 15 boda operators. 7 of them are from Taita Taveta. So there's something in Taita Taveta that is happening that needs more, your eye in Taita Taveta. 7 out of 15 in the country, a small county, a peaceful county, there's a problem. Chair, there was a rumor, I don't see us to confirm, that there was a murder convict that escaped Manyani in March. And I did call Manyani, the in charge of Manyani prison, but I didn't get any information. But it appeared in some gutter press that there is a murder convict who happened to be he had committed murder a year ago in my constituency, and he was convicted for 30 years. The rumor has it, he was in a gutter press somewhere, and people in the social media that he had disappeared. So I wanted to confirm whether that is the position, and if it's a position, maybe that can be, maybe there is a connection. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, we will, as the members observed and as also had told the committee, we are not at a position now to comprehensively address that issue. That's why I gave my team 2 weeks. But what I want to agree with the member outrightly now is the issue of the deployment we have in Taita Tavera at the moment. That's something we can administratively look at even as we wait for the report, both DCI and the NIS team there. On the question of overstayed officers, we started this exercise last year. 42,500 officers have been in one station for more than 3 years, contrary to government policy. We began the program of the transfers. We are halfway. We are about 26,000 already have moved because of their logistical issues. There are issues that come with these transfers and movements. But I want to assure the House that that policy is reversible and will be implemented to the full. Any officer who has served in one station for more than 3 years must move to another station. You cannot have a security officer serving in one area for 7 years, 10 years, 15 years. It is against public interest, and they make police officers part of the local community. They start opening bars and doing civilian things there, and marrying local girls and getting married to local boys. And you know, the police officer loses the integrity, the impartiality, and the esteem that he should carry themselves with. So I will perhaps engage the member further once that, and if the committee needs me maybe later on this,